I hear people all the time complaining that they're too busy or don't have enough time. People act as though time owns them instead of them owning time. What do you mean, not enough time? That's the only fair component in the equation of life. See, not everyone starts with the same intellect. Not everyone starts with the same amount of money. But everyone has the same amount of time in a day. Have you ever noticed that there are people who, with 24 hours, earn $10,000 a year? And there are people in the same 24 hours who earn $10 million a year? Let me explain the difference. I've heard people say this phrase, "It's easier to just do it myself than try to get other people to do it." Whenever I hear that phrase, I know that person just nailed their feet to the floor. All they can do is expend their time, not invest their time. Here's a secret. Wealth is hidden from those who must do it all themselves. Wealth exposes itself to those patient enough to train others. When you understand the power of educating and empowering others so that you get more done, you're truly on your way to wealth. Now, with that understanding of the importance of training others so you get more done, look at network marketing, and you'll see why I call it brilliant compensation. In network marketing, you're actually making yourself unimportant to the creation of your income. Because in network marketing, what you teach and train others to do is duplicate what you do, which is to find and train others. This is actually multiplying you, because you're teaching them to sponsor and train other people. That's why I say, next to your spiritual growth and your family, there is nothing in the world you can do that will reward you better than investing your time in network marketing. Let me illustrate something to you that is so profound. What's the maximum number of hours you could work in a day? 24 hours, right? So if you didn't sleep all day, you could work 24 straight hours. What if you didn't sleep for a whole year? You could actually work 8,760 hours in 1 year. But that's the maximum number of hours you could work in a year. Now, I want you to remember back when I explained to you that I have 56,000 people in my organization worldwide. Well, let's suppose that all 56,000 people work just 1 hour out of a year. 56,000 people times 1 hour each equals 56,000 hours of work that I'm being paid on. Well, for most people to earn on 56,000 hours of work, they'd have to work for over 6 years, 24 hours a day without sleep to put in the same amount of hours that I could in 1 hour a year. Let me throw in something really ridiculous. Suppose all my 56,000 people worked 1 8-hour day in a year. 56,000 people times 8 hours is 448,000 hours I'm being paid on. Well, it would take most people working over 51 years, 24 hours a day, to do what I could do in 8 hours a year. 8 hours in 1 year versus 51 years working 24 hours a day? Doesn't seem fair, does it? It's definitely not fair. What's not fair is that you haven't understood this until today, and other people have. But now that you understand it, take responsibility for it. Don't go running and try to create reasons why you can't do this. You can do this. I don't say any of this to impress you. I don't need to impress you. This is an educational-only video. My purpose in creating this tool is to contribute back to that woodpile that so generously gave to me. I say all of this only to impress upon you that the difference between the wealthy and everyone else is leverage. You've got to understand that, and nothing gives you, the individual, leverage in such an ethical way like network marketing can.
Your organization, Prepaid Legal, gives you the opportunity to build your own business. And the moment you understand this here, this puts you in the category like Bill Gates and those types of individuals. And the best thing about it is this organization provides you the mentors and the leaders who have already come this distance. One of the reasons I didn't like school, or I didn't like the corporate world, I worked in the corporate world for a little while, was very simply because this domain was only for a few people. The beauty of Prepaid Legal is it makes this domain available to all of you if you want it here. Okay. The number one thing I come and I speak to you guys about is this. Your product, your legal services, exemplary. You guys are working for a company with great product. You have the best compensation plan I have ever seen. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, Mrs. Stone-Cipher and the whole team here, they're being more than generous to make sure that you make it.
Here's what we're going to do today. We're going to show everybody in this business what's possible. We're going to enlarge every single person's vision and let you see what you have the ability to go out and accomplish in this business. We've asked as many people that were here at the convention who have earned at least an average of $8,000 a month or more since Las Vegas to come across stage and share with you who they are, what their background was before joining Prepaid Legal as an associate, and their best month of income over the last year. So please keep your applause, and we'll be able to share with you some very, very powerful stories.
We're Debbie George and Ray Fritz and our background is small business ownership.
Best month, $14,639.
John Joyce, my background was the insurance business, $23,400.
Patty Ross Corporate.
Ken Smith, $18,000.
Doug Kleinsmith, my background is vacuum cleaner sales, and my best month was $28,700.
Bill and Annette Hamilton, small business.
Best month, $17,000.
Jim and Gooder and Gavin, marketing and promotions, best month, $14,000.
Millie Baker, beauty pageants, my best month, $28,414.38.
Jim Harkema, college football coach, best month, $20,000. Dave Hall, background Jiffy Lube, best month, $20,000.
Todd Cahill, background personal training, best month, $15,000.
Sean Michael, student.
Lauren Ellis, swim instructor.
Biggest month, $34,000.
Jesse McPherson, hip-hop dance instructor, best month, $15,971.42.
Chris Hughes, waiter, best month, $21,000.
Terry Hepner, retired, $21,000 and something.
Tyler Wildman, commercial pilot business owner, best month this month, $15,000 and some change. Best day, $12,500.
Craig Hepner, Newport Beach, Southern California, was involved in 4 startup companies, best month, $38,000.
Alan Erdley, real estate, $15,000.
Darren Kidd, background sales, biggest month, $30,000.
Eduardo Benaim, engineer, best month, $10,280.
Josh Denny, forklift driver, best month, $22,800.
Diane Reeves, business consultant, best month, $27,000.
Vernon Heath, dancing and twirling instructor, best month, $16,000.
Jimmy Parrish, Southern Baptist minister, $24,000.
Diane Kleins, mortgage broker, best month, $13,000 part-time.
Alan Roman, fashion jewelry business, $12,863.
Scott Viet, corporate management, best month, $62,665.
Ross and Cindy Chantrell.
Car business, $20,572.17.
Don and Ellen Wilson, small business owners, best month, $15,300.
Michael Dorsey, landscaper, over $36,000.
Kathy Aaron, real estate, $23,000.
Kay and Larry Gregory.
Golf professional, Kay in sales, $20,500 1 month.
Scott Chapin, radio advertising, this month, $23,384.
Bill Stovall, sales VP, $38,000.
Ron Sweet, business owner.
Nancy McDonald, computer scientist, our best month. Last year, $15,222.16.
B.J. Murphy, Downtown Development, best month, $31,000.
Brian Carruthers, Real Estate, best month, $135,000.
Rebecca Smith, Horse Trainer, $70,000.
Tommy Sardine, Law Enforcement Officer.
Ingrid Sardine, Healthcare Management, best month, $11,592.92.
Fred Duff, Virginia, Bricklayer, best month, $12,550.
Hello, Linda Masoli, best city government, and best month, $18,425.
Chris Offenberg from Southern California, single parent, best month, $45,000.
Bill and Linda Carter.
Small business ownership, $41,000.
Brooks Workhauser, financial planning, $20,000.
Harold Pinson, background retail, best month, $15,000.
Joe Wilkinson, Director of Lead to Field Coaching, Nightingale Conant Corporation, best month, part-time, $11,078.
Robin Charlene McKenzie.
Police officer, best month, $12,000.
Randy Moore, former state trooper in Oklahoma, $28,000.
Jonathan Green, background computer engineer, best month, $19,800.
Gordon and Dolores Dara, best month, $20,000. Banking and politics.
Charles and Patricia Lloyd, backgrounds, public school counsel and accounting.
Best month recently, $18,661.34.
Richard DeVosto, career U.S. Marine Corps. The best month, $28,000.
Katrina Ferguson, single parent and legal admin, best month, $20,100.
Jeff and Cindy Hughes, Fort Worth, Texas, background ladies shoes sales, best month, $21,000.
Alistair Edwards, Atlanta, Georgia, part-time grocery retail manager, best month, $13,513.
Hi, Randy and Shar Parker, membership development, best month, $52,500.
Hardy and Jennifer Blash.
Atlanta, Georgia, best month, $18,000.
Larry and Donnie Smith, Corporate America.
Best month, $33,300.
John Malat, janitor.
Tiffany Beverly Malat, jelly maker.
Best month, $37,000.
Hadley Starkey, business owner, best month, $11,000.
Russell Peden, college student, 0.0 GPA, best month, $34,092.
Mike Melia, small business, best month, $47,000.
Bert Calhoun, background environmental engineer, best month, $17,000.
Lisa Asbell, registered nurse, best month, $23,642.87.
Danny Katoa, Honolulu, Hawaii, broke professional athlete, best month, $24,000.
Rex Legale, engineer, $15,000.
Tanya Mackey, financial planner, insurance, best month, $13,900, part-time as earned.
My name is Jan Tinder. My background is physical therapist, Air Force Reserve officer, and a single parent. My best month last year was $11,678.57.
Jeremy and Caroline Aroma from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, background small business owners, best month commission $17,300 plus a $3,000 recruiting bonus, $20,300.
Atlanta Tarkington.
Marketing, best month, $15,000 plus.
Casey and Elena Call, bottled water delivery boy and transportation specialist, $14,998.92.
Melissa Wilder and Eddie Peters, military and small business owners.
Our best month, $16,000.
Scott and Missy Hammondtree, building contractor, best month, $18,403.28.
Sheriff Forrester, biochemistry, best month, $17,500.
Kai Deering, corporate sales insurance, $10,700. Mark and Elizabeth Seguin.
Tyler, Texas, background, horseshoer, best month, $42,700.
Sharon Smilin, Los Angeles, California, talent agent and business owner, best month, $20,286.43.
Matt Morris, my background's outside sales. Best month was $26,000.
Tony Petrill, insurance, $53,800.
Karen and Paula Muir.
Background was military, and Karen was a single mom. Our best month was $17,000.
John Gardner, attorney.
Elizabeth Gardner, marketing, best month, $35,707.
John Drennan, small business, best month, $15,000.
Teresa and Frank Coyne, background teaching and small business ownership.
Best month last year was over $27,000.
Nancy Little.
Background insurance agent, best month, $19,000.
Liz Fu, Health Club sales, best month, $16,800.
Darnell and Tracy Self, background retail.
Best month was $87,000.
David Ward, I was an attorney. Best month around $15,000.
Lisa Kimbrell, commercial lending.
Kyle Kimbrell, college student, best month $32,000.
Cleveland Dulcie Pickens, Orlando, Florida.
U.S. Army officer, $25,000. Steve Baker, background painter and decorator, best month $12,000.
Brian Heichard, concrete flatwork contractor, multiple car wash owner, best month $13,800.
Stan Carolyn Livesey, best month $17,000. Insurance.
Steve Houston, best month background is t-shirt, best month is $11,900.
Stephen Kimelia, banking and stand-up comedy, best month $48,000.
Lisa Schiller, background business development.
John Schiller, background builder, best month $72,400.
Mike Humes, background mailman, best month $57,000.
Yvette Mayo, trade show management, best month in the last year, $15,000.
Jeremy Moore, failed college student, best month $42,000.
Charlie Lorraine Backus, construction company and postal.
Best month $25,000.
Steve and Jana Fleming, seminar promoters, $23,700.
Brenda Anderson, background clerical, best month $21,000.
Emmanuel and Kimberly Bernstein, tax processing and medical field, best month last year, $18,780.29.
Danny and Bob Sappington.
Christian ministry, best month $21,532.
Inger Lemke, teacher, $21,600.
Mark and Tammy Smith, background in the Navy and a college student. Our best month thus far was $65,300.
David Hughes, chiropractic intern, best month $16,000.
Ulysses Annette Brown Jr., her background electronic engineer, mine's entrepreneur, our best month $17,400.
John Bush, background is CRM business owner, best month $13,200.
Kevin Mack, corporate America, small business ownership, best month $16,000.
Kevin Ray, background as a college student, best income month, over $100,000.
Mark Brown, Information Systems, best month $23,700.
Murray Fisher, best month $18,000, good enough diploma.
Mark Brown, print shop owner, $92,000, best month.
Bob Cohen, real estate background, best month $13,500.
Judge Royce McCoy, judge, best month last year over $25,000.
Katie Huff, registered nurse, pharmaceutical sales, best month $23,000.
That was insane. Yeah! That was awesome.
Hello there, this is Cesar Rodriguez, and over the next few minutes I'm going to share with you the prepaid legal compensation plan, how to advance through it, and why last year alone, every 7 days, someone with this company made over $100,000 for that year, and why every 26 days somebody became a prepaid legal millionaire. Now, you start off in this business as an associate. As an associate, your first goal is to move to the senior associate position. Now, to do so, you can do it in two different ways. You can go ahead and do it the regular way by marketing 50 memberships between you and any team you bring on board, or you can do it the fast start way. So let's talk about the fast start way. First thing you got to do is go ahead and within 45 days, market either 3 memberships and recruit 1 person to join the business. And of course, they'd have the membership. That's one of your 3. Or you could go ahead and just market 5 memberships to people that just get the service. Now, if you do that within 45 days, the company Fast Start qualifies you and promotes you all the way to the senior associate position without having to sell the 50. Now, here's what you would have gotten paid. They're actually going to pay you $103.70 for each one of those memberships that you marketed. So they're going to pay you $34 up front, and then they're going to release the rest of the money when you go ahead and qualify. So if you did 3 in 1, okay, again, the easiest, typically fastest way, well, you would have made $311, and now you're a senior associate. Or if you did it with 5, that would have been $518. Direct deposit into your bank account, and again, our company pays daily. So now you're a senior associate. You're going to make $138 every time you help someone get a $35.95 membership. Now, the company's also going to pay you overrides. Overrides are basically the difference in commission of where you're at and where the people on your team are at. So if you're a senior associate and anyone that you brought on board of the business marketed a membership, well, you would have made a $34 override. Now, how do you move from senior associate to manager? Simple. All you got to do is help 3 people do what you've done. So let's say you brought on board 3 people, you showed them how to get their first 3 in 1. And again, we've got an incredible training system that teaches them how to do that. Most people do it within 4 to 5 days, not 45 days. Now, here's what happens. You went out there and you helped 3 people hit senior associate. Now the company moves you to manager. Now you do have to make sure you go to the Fast Start training class because it is required to hit this level. Now, at the manager level, you are making $172 every time you market a membership. But anytime anyone on your team markets a membership that's under a senior associate, you're going to make $34. And again, you'll make $69 if anyone at the associate level markets a membership. So they're always going to pay you the difference in commission level from where you're at and where they're at. So they're going to do that. And of course, if there's no one at that next level, that money will float up to you. All right. Now, let's talk about director. At the director level, keep in mind, to hit manager, you're going to have about 6 people on your team at bare minimum because you're going to have 3 people and they each have 3 in 1. So you'd have 3 associates, about 12 memberships minimum. Now, at the director level, of course, you'd have to have 3 managers. So if a manager team is 7 total people, you're talking about 21 people in your director. You're making $207 every time you market a membership. 34 from your managers, 69 from your seniors, and $103 anytime an associate markets a membership. To hit executive director, you have to qualify for this position by doing it a couple different ways. You can either market 75 memberships a month personally, or you could have 3 director teams, all right, of course, marketing all of those 75 memberships with you on your team. So it is a monthly qualification. You do have to market the 75 memberships either personally or through your team, and you do have to have at least 3 directors on your team. So keep in mind, if you're at this level, you've got 66 people on your team. Marketing 75 memberships between 66 people, not that big of a deal. All right. So let's go ahead and show you how these overrides stack up. Again, $44 off anything that happens on your director teams, $79 there, $114 there, and again, $148 from your associates. Now, that is advanced commissions and overrides. Now, a lot of people, they look at this compensation plan and they go, my God, this is incredible. How is the company affording to pay this money out? Well, simple. We do what most insurance companies do, and that's actually we pay an advanced commission. What advanced commission is, we actually believe in our product so much, in our service so much, that our company, after 38 years of running the numbers, they know that when their associates market these memberships, people keep them. All right. So what they do is they actually advance you the money up front, assuming that member is going to keep it for a year. So when they pay you $138, let's just say worst case scenario, someone doesn't keep it for the full 12 months. No big deal. Let's say they keep it for 10 months. Well, the company says, hey, listen, we paid you $138. That person only kept it for 10 months. So technically you didn't earn the $138. You're about $23 shy of earning that. So on the next commission, let's say maybe you're a manager, you went to go market your next membership as a manager and they just deducted $23 off that. So then your commission was $149. Again, they never go into your bank account. They never touch your personal finances. They just keep it up to date in the company computer. Now, here's what I find amazing about that. Show me another company that's so confident in their product and their service, and they've got a 38-year-old track record of running the numbers that they know how well and how much people love this membership that they actually pay you in advance for the year, even though the person just bought it that day. All right, that's pretty strong. Let's talk about bonuses. They're also going to pay you every single time you help someone on your team get promoted. So you're an associate. You move up to senior associate. Every person you help to do the same thing, you're going to make $95. All right. So take a look at this. You marketed the membership. You made $138. They marketed 3 memberships. So you made 34 times 3. Then you made $95. Every time you fast start qualify a person at the senior associate level, you're making $335 for doing that. If you're a manager, the company's going to pay you $494 every time you do that. Director, $656, and at the executive director, $869. That's just in personal bonuses. Let's not forget, you're also getting overrides off of anybody on your team that does that. So let's say you're a director. You recruited someone who hit senior, then they help someone hit senior. Well, you're going to make the difference in commission. Now, they made $95, but you're going to make $15, $20, and you're going to go ahead and make $25. So we're adding all that up. That's $60 for this person helping someone to do, let's just say they're 3 and 1. Again, the bonuses are unbelievable in and of themselves. But let's go ahead and talk about some scenarios. Let's just pretend this simple business plan. You go out there and you're marketing 10 memberships a month. So we're talking about 2 a week, maybe 1 week, or 2 weeks you did an extra one. So we're talking about 10 memberships total for the month. But then, in addition to that, out of the 10, let's say 4 join the business, and all you do is help them fast start qualify by selling their first 3 and 1. All right, the bare minimum fast start qualification. Well, if you were to do that at the senior associate level, you would have made $1,380 for marketing 10 memberships. You would have made $340 because we're also going to assume that your team, everyone on that team on that level, they only do 10 memberships total. So you're doing 10 personally. We're talking about the whole rest of your team just doing 10 cumulatively. So again, if all your associates just sold 10, that's $340 in overrides. And then of course, let's not forget the bonuses for helping 4 people qualify. Go ahead and stack $788 on top of that. All right. So we're talking about a total commission of about $2,500 or $2,508. Again, that's about $30,000 a year if that's all you ever did. Sell 10, all right, help 4 people, 1 a week, get fast start qualified, and then just your whole team totally sells 10. What if you were a manager? We're talking about $1,700 there, $690 here, all right, because all of those people just sold 10 memberships cumulatively. Let's just say all of these people only sold 10 cumulatively, add another $340. Then, of course, you fast start qualified 4 people. All right, so if you were to add all that up, that's $4,038 a month in personal overrides, bonuses, and commissions. I mean, that's just flat out sick. If you move from the managers to the director level, same thing. Do the math, times 10, times 10, times 10, times 10, and then, of course, times the 4. We're talking right there alone at the director level. We're talking about $5,620 a month. That's $67,440 a year. Look, if you were an executive, you made $2,500 personally, $1,400 off your associates marketing memberships, $1,140 from them, $790 from your manager team selling 10 totally, and then all of your directors, and their entire teams, they only marketed 10 memberships, and you had 21 people there at least in each leg, but they only did 10. Now, just to show you how conservative that is, that's $8,858. Again, that's $106,000 a year. Listen, just to show you how conservative that is, you have to have 75 memberships total just to do that. And all we talked about was 10 memberships there, 20, 30, 40, 50. You're still missing, all right, 25 memberships. And we're talking about $106,000 a year income. That's $8,858 a month. Again, the money is pretty serious. So again, that's how our company pays. And on top of all that, we pay residual income. Again, I didn't even scratch the surface on that, but imagine you market a membership, they keep it after that year, and all of a sudden the company pays you over and over and over and over again, month after month, year after year, off of every single membership you and your entire team have ever sold. Again, that's why our prepaid legal compensation plan is helping to create so many millionaires and so many people making six figures. If you don't like these numbers, cut them in half. I still don't think they're anything to joke around about. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Take care, and God bless.
I want to just show you something before I turn this over to Mr. Carruthers. I want to give you a 5-year game plan, because I think it's important that we take a career look and a career attitude towards where we are with prepaid legal, because this is not going away, okay? This is real. It will be here way beyond our lifetimes. So let me walk you through 5 years. God willing, we'll be around 5 years still breathing. So let me tell you what happens in a job. We go to work every day, and we come home every day, and we generate our own income in a job. And if you keep doing that 5 years from now, that's still what you'll be getting. But let me just give you an example that I think anybody in this room can buy into it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say in 2007, you recruited 5 people. And let's say in 2008, they duplicated that process for 25 more people in your team. 2009, they duplicated the same process. 2010, they duplicated that process. And in 2011, 5 years from now, you have over 3,000 people in your organization. And my question to you is, if you're the only one generating income for yourself, how do you ever create freedom? Because you're always going to be stuck in that rat race of going back and forth to work. Now watch this. Let's take the 3,125 people. Let's now call that 3,000 to keep the math simple. Let's say in that 5-year time period, 90% of them quit. Not stay, but 90% quit. That means out of 3,000, we have how many left? 300. Let's say those 300 go out and market 1 membership a month. That's 300 memberships. Obviously, with this size of an organization, what level would you be in the comp plan? Executive director. If 90% of them quit and the other 300 only market 1 membership a month, your monthly income is $13,500. Your annual income is $162,000. What boss is going to pay you that in 5 years? Ladies and gentlemen, nobody better than the man who's done it. I'm going to turn this rest of us over to Mr. Brian Carruthers. Mr. Carruthers, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it, Larry. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Folks, I want to, hit a couple points here. Thank you much. A couple points, and by the way, how do you present this information? Having some new components added into the compensation plan. It's real easy. I mean, it's the same thing you're doing before, except you're just adding in another override that was not there at the associate level. And you can watch the DVD, and you can actually see it done already on there for you. So just watch it a couple times, you go out and start doing it in your presentation. It's very, very easy. I also want to address something else. We talk a lot about when you look on the screen, you saw Larry's examples. Talk about a lot of the upfront money, and that's what a lot of times we need to focus on, because we're in an immediate gratification society. Everybody wants to know, how much can I make today? I need to get paid right now. The company has so much now money, it's ridiculous. And I want everybody to understand that it's great to have a lot of income now, because you need that. Whether you're part-time or full-time, you need it to either motivate you or to live on. But the key is residual income. And that's the whole reason why I got involved in this industry in the first place. I could have stayed on the real estate track and gone out and had success and so forth. I could have made a lot of money. I just didn't have the time freedom. And that's what I wanted. I wanted free time and a lot of income. I wanted both kinds of freedoms. And so what I looked at was the residual income. And you see these examples he's talking about of making anywhere from several hundred to over $1,000 when you recruit somebody and CFT qualify them. That CFT qualified associate is not just worth that upfront commission and bonus money. That's just a, hey, thank you very much for bringing a new asset into prepaid legal for us. That's the thank you. The real part is when you start seeing the overrides coming in, but more importantly, that residual income that's going to come off that book of business. Those people are going to actually add value to your business. Robert Kiyosaki in his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I always like to quote this, what he says in there, the only way to get ahead in this country, much less get wealthy, just to get ahead, is by setting up assets that will keep on spitting off cash flow to you whether you're working or not. He also said wealthy people build networks, everybody else looks for work. I could have been a real estate agent. I could have been a darn good one. I was a rookie of the year in my county, which is, probably put about $35,000 in my pocket in commissions back in 1992. Not even a lot of money, even though I was really doing well in that industry. I could go out and be a real estate agent and go out and sell as many homes as I can, but in that business, we have a saying, you're only as good as your first sale. You're only as good as your next sale. You wake up every single morning unemployed. You sell a house, you get paid. You sell a house, you get paid. You don't sell a house, you don't get paid. A lot of you all probably understand that. You do at your job, you stop working, your income stops. I would rather have a $50,000 residual income in prepaid legal than a $250,000 job where they can cut my throat tomorrow. Think about what you have. I also want to talk about the philosophies of building your organization, because I know there's a lot of debate. You know, do I go wide? Do I go deep? I want to share with you my philosophy on this. This is what we call a differential compensation plan. It simply means that if you're at a higher level than the person underneath of you who made the sale, the difference is going to find its way up into your pocket. So if you're a director at the 207 level and you got a manager at the 172, that $34 override is going to come into your pocket from anybody from that manager down that makes a sale. So understanding that, you want to make sure that you're always maximizing the profitability from the compensation plan. You know, Dave Savool has always done this. So that's why he was the fastest person to get to the $1 million ring in the history of prepaid legal. You know, he was a hard worker, but he also understood the compensation plan. And here's what I don't want anybody to do. Don't get paralysis through analysis. Don't feel like you need to know the comp plan first. By the time I figured out how we were getting paid in this business, it was 3 months into it, I had already earned over $42,000 in income before I even knew how we were getting paid. You don't need to understand it. If you don't understand it, don't worry. Don't even try to present it. Let the DVD or some presenter at the meetings do the presentation for you. Don't worry about it. All you need to know is just get out ahead of your business as much as you can. Get at a higher level than everybody else underneath of you. Here's the thing. If you're a director right now, you want to make sure you've got a lot of manager and below legs that are out there producing business. If you're a manager, you want to have a lot of senior associate and below legs that are out there producing business. Now, does that mean you want to hold people back and hold them down? No, you want them to fly past you. Matter of fact, some people think, oh, is it okay for, you know, is it possible or is it even okay for me to out-earn my upline? Absolutely out-earn your upline. Absolutely out-earn your upline. If they're stuck at manager because they got off the elevator and they're cool being a manager, does that mean you need to stay at manager below? No, you need to go ED fast. You need to show them what they're missing out on. But here's the key, you guys, is the wide and deep thing, you know, when you work in your organization and you're helping people to CFT qualify and helping their people CFT qualify and helping their people CFT qualify, that's all this is. That's the way you grow your business, is help new people CFT qualify. The more people you help CFT qualify, the more associates, the more associates, the more senior associates, the more senior associates, the more managers, and so on. But you also want to, I consider this my methodology every month. I want to have at least a couple new legs that I've added on to my front line. Because I know at my level and at the beginning level, that's the most spread you can find. So why would you spend all your time working in the organizations that are already existing where your spread is shrinking a little bit because they start picking up some of those overrides as they're achieving these higher levels? You want to spend half your time there and half your time going out and looking for brand new associates. I'm excited. I actually met for the first time Sam Ellis from Kentucky. I don't know where you are, but here's a guy I recruited just literally a few months ago. And he's going to be hopefully a director this weekend. And here's a guy who I just met in the lounge at the Renaissance across the street last night for the very first time. It's so exciting because I got a brand new frontline person I can work with, and the more I work with him, the better he does. All that while the spread is coming in. That's how you're going to go from $10,000 a month to $20,000 a month, from 20 to 30, 30 to 40. And my story is a prime example of that. When I got involved in prepaid, you know, my first month, because we had a lot of groundswell and everything coming into prepaid legal, we had executive director my first month made $11,405. My 6th month made $24,000. My 12th month made $42,000 because I ran as fast as this body can run. And I got out ahead of my business as fast as I possibly could to get overrides on any business that was going to be written ever. So you want to make sure that you go out and do that. Now, I want to share with you, just kind of shift gears here, and give you all some announcements. I want to give you a couple housekeeping things first, and then I want to give you all some things that are related to the compensation plan. First of all, you want to make sure you go by and pick up your contest tickets at the registration table and get them in the hopper, because there's going to be the big giveaways, the big drawing tonight for the cars. You want to make sure your tickets are in the hopper. Also, the Las Vegas registration forms. You want to make sure that you are registered here, not only to save yourself money and get in at the pre-registration price, but when you make the commitment here, all of a sudden the unseen forces in the universe will come to your aid and will help you achieve your goals between now and then. So many people leave here and say, oh, look, I'm a director, I'm an ED, I'm a platinum, I'll get registered, you don't have to worry about me, I'll be in Las Vegas. But every day that you go unregistered is a day that the universe is working against you, not for you. I can't explain it. You might say, well, he's just being a promoter. No, I am trying to promote it for you, but I'm trying to give you all information or maybe some insight to understand why it is that I'm promoting it. Because quite frankly, some of you all won't be here in the business come September when Las Vegas comes around. Because you didn't have a mental adjustment, you didn't have a shift, you didn't have a light bulb go on this weekend, and that's what you should be looking to take away. You don't need to take away all the information. Hopefully you're taking some good notes, learning some great things, but you're probably looking for a couple gold nuggets, but you're also hopefully taking away, like Dave Sewell said, that belief. When somebody gets their first commission on that first sale, that's a belief check. It went from theory to reality. Well, same thing. When you come away from this convention, you say, hey, look, I heard from Attorney General Drew Edmondson talking about how he's a prepaid legal member himself. Everybody in America needs our service. When you walk away from a convention, you got the belief that everybody needs to have. And you can't transfer that to somebody who didn't come here. You can do the best you can, but you got to be in Las Vegas. I'm telling you, it's going to be the most incredible conference come September. Now, this is exciting stuff here. I want to share with you, we're right now going into a transitional week. We've got 1 week before the new enhanced compensation plan kicks in. So there's some things I want to make sure everybody knows kind of the ins and outs of how everything is going to flow. Anybody who already came into the business up until yesterday, at the $149 entry fee, they paid $149. Okay. Well, those people have their full CFT window, their full 45 days to get CFT qualified, and when they do that, they'll get their $150 rebate. Okay, the rebate won't cut off on March 30th and April 1st. No, it won't disappear. They have their full 45 days. Full 45 days. So if they sign up this past Wednesday, the last day of the 149, well, they still have 45 days. You might say, well, maybe they got gypped. Of course they didn't get gypped. They got a better deal. Because think about it. If they go out and CFT qualify, their net cost is $0. They made $1, not 49. They didn't pay 49. They made $1. So it was a great situation. Okay. Now, secondly, oh, by the way, if they don't CFT qualify before this coming Friday, March 30th, which is not, the end of the month is not March 31st, because that's a Saturday. It's March 30 at 2 p.m. Central Time, okay? But if they CFT qualify this week before the 30th of March, they will actually get moved to manager. After March 30th, if they CFT qualify, they'll move to associate. Do you all understand we've got massive urgency for the next 5 or 6 days? Massive urgency. Another thing, the April 1st is when the advanced commissions will kick in on your very first sale. Now understand, any memberships, let's say you got somebody new that just got signed up recently, they go out and submit a membership application this week. Well, here's the great thing about it. They won't pay the advanced commission on that particular sale yet, but they'll get paid on that one at the $69 level. Okay? And then on April 1st, if they hadn't CFT qualified, or if they hadn't gotten their qualification to get the advanced commissions on their first 3 sales yet, after April 1st, when they started selling their future memberships, maybe the second and third, they'll get paid the advanced commissions very immediately on those, and when they qualify, it'll go back and pick up the full advance at the $69 level on the first one. So there is absolutely no reason for anybody to not be rushing out there and getting as much business on the books as they possibly can right now. I agree. I also have something else that's pretty exciting. I'm so glad I thought about this one. Dave Savola came up with a great idea backstage. The CFT window for the reset, it closed up on Friday, yesterday. So everybody who went out and became a manager or director helping people that were outside of the first 45 days, they were able to really take advantage of that. We had a lot of people go manager and a lot of people go director. And I'm very, very proud of all of you guys who did that or help people in your team to do that. We've got literally until March 30th to still take advantage of helping all the other folks, the newer folks, go manager and go director and so forth. But we don't want to leave anybody out there saying, oh, man. The CFT reset is going till March 30th. Everybody say thank you, Dave. Look, I feel bad. He's getting old, and we don't know how long he's going to be here. We need to give them as many opportunities for recognition as we possibly can. We're going to reset the CFT clock. Let's reset his clock too. How would that be? That'd be great. But in pulling this whole thing together, you know, I really believe that every single person in here can do amazing things when you put your mind to it. I believe it's a lot easier to build this business fast than slow. I could have taken it slower in my first year, and I wouldn't have had that kind of climb. Anybody can set their own pace. But I believe it's easier to build it fast and slow. I mean, you got a parked car sitting here and put it in neutral, and it's on a level ground. You get behind it, and you're pushing that car, trying to get it to move. You put 95% of your energy is spent trying to get the thing rolling. Once it's rolling, you can push it with one hand. It's easier to build something fast and slow, and when momentum is behind you, you got to take advantage of that. Our company has the most momentum I've ever seen in my 8 years. We've got it behind us right now. You've got it behind you right now. Your upline director, executive director, platinum, they're on fire right now. They want to reach out and work with anybody who wants to go ED going into Las Vegas. And folks, here's the bottom line. You got the next 6 days. What are you going to do in the next 6 days? How many people on the break? Are you going to be sitting there just shooting the breeze and eating and hanging out between 4 and 7? I mean, I know you got to eat. Trust me, I still eat as much as I eat as much as I need to stay alive. That's pretty much all I eat. I'm on the phone, booking PBRs for when I get back home, doing conference calls, doing three-way calls. You're never going to have the ability to catch somebody's attention and excitement or you know, catch their attention is when you are as excited as you are calling them from out of state. Call somebody from here back home, and they're going to be saying, oh, it must be that important that they're calling me from when they're on a trip. And you call them up, you get them on a conference call, you tell them that you need to have them come out to the weekly presentation next week. You've got to run like you've never run before in your life. You just got to do it. And I look forward to seeing everybody a little bit later on today. Thank you very much.
We've gone from bankruptcy to millionaire with prepaid legal.
We qualified for the Millionaires Club in our first 3 years.
In our 39th month, we made the Millionaires Club.
It took me 3.5 years to get to the $1 million mark.
2.5 years is what it took to become a millionaire in the business.
It took us about 3 years to make the $1 million.
It took me about 4.5 years to earn my first $1 million, and now I've earned over $3 million with the company.
It took us 7 years to make $1 million, and what's exciting about that is we've been in 11 years, and in the last 4 years, we've almost made another $1 million.
My 9th month in the company, I was making over $10,000 a month, more than I ever made in my entire life. My 2nd year, I made $224,000, was inducted in the Millionaires Club at 4.5 years, and recently passed my second $1 million, on my way to my third $1 million.
By our 22nd month, we'd gone to $17,000 a month, and that was about 8 years ago now, a little over 8 years ago, and hadn't been that low since on a monthly basis. So it's been phenomenal.
Helping a number of people achieve the same goals that I had, I became the 31st $1 million income earner with prepaid legal services. So it took me approximately 6.5 years to get the job done.
When I first started, my goal was really to just earn about $1,000 a week, enough to pay our bills. But once I started seeing millionaires in prepaid legal produced, I realized it was a doable thing to become a millionaire in this company, and so I set my sights on that and worked hard and applied the necessary effort, and before I knew it, I was a millionaire in this company. I went on to earn my second $1 million and then my third $1 million, and it's amazing once you set your mind to accomplish something like that, how easy everything falls into place to make it happen.
To achieve $1 million income in 3.5 years, or even if it's 5 or 6 years, whatever it is, it's so much quicker in prepaid. And what it means to me to reach that mark was, I never, the $1 million mark or a millionaire club or anything like that was not in my vocabulary when I had my previous business. You just worked every day and hoped you collected the money that you had out for people.
You want to get there. I mean, you want to get there. It's interesting because it's a relatively exclusive club, but as prepaid legal just expands like it is, like crazy, we're going to see more and more and more people making that club, I think, quicker and quicker.
For the first time in people's lives, they have a realistic chance of becoming a millionaire. People talk about, I want to be a millionaire, but if you're making $50,000 a year at your job, you have to work 20 years just to get $1 million in income before paying taxes and living on it. With prepaid legal, like I said, it took me 2.5 years to do it. Even if it took you 10 years to do it, most people don't have the chance that prepaid legal offers with this opportunity.
We always dreamed about
you know, living in a big house, having, you know, all the things we want to do in life, being able to vacation all over the world, and we always dreamed of doing that, and we saw that prepaid legal was the vehicle that we could achieve all the dreams we had.
Well, you know, some people say, you know, I never dreamed it. You know, I never dreamed to make $100,000. I never dreamed to make $1 million. But I think that's where we're different. I don't know. We feel like we're weird when we say, people ask us, you know, did you ever dream to make $1 million? And we go, yeah. Because I think that's the only way you can get it.
What's really important about the Millionaires Club is you go out and get the average job, and you don't ever have the opportunity. If you make, I was a former state policeman, and if I had spent 30 years there, I would have never, ever been able to reach anywhere near that.
If you're constantly out talking to people and doing the right activity, it's just a matter of time before it happens. The only way you fail is to quit.
There are people in this business that over, you know, short periods of time that are earning that type of seven-figure income. I mean, one of the most important things about taking a look at any business opportunity is just having the believability that this can happen, it can be done, and it can be achievable. And each and every year that we come to a convention, or whether it be Oklahoma or Las Vegas, it's just nice to see new additions being added to that all the time. So we're excited and very, very, very proud to be a part of the Prepaid Legal family, and especially this exclusive club of the Millionaires.
It doesn't matter where you come from, what your background is, what your nationality is. We've got people on our team that have been have doctorates. We have people on our team that haven't graduated from high school. Everybody has equal opportunity, and that's what we love about it. Anybody that wants to work hard, we say this business is simple, but it's not real easy. You've got to work hard for what you got, but because of Prepaid Legal now, we're millionaires.
We went from the $48,600 in 6 months up to being a millionaire with Prepaid Legal. First people in Prepaid's history to get the $500,000 ring, but working with Harlan Stonecipher and Wilbur Smith as your mentors, you couldn't lose.
The Millionaire Club, for many people, including ourselves, there's never been a millionaire in our family at all. I mean, it is just an incredible feeling to be the first, you know, person in your family to become a millionaire. And we want everybody to experience that because, you know, as we look back through our history of our family, everybody was broke. I mean, they were broke. And now we're able to really make a difference not only for our children, but for our families and extended families. So, you know, it is an awesome place to be in that Millionaires Club.
Yeah. And everybody can be.
Since joining Prepaid Legal, we've got an increase of $100,000 every year for the past 7 years.
Background was a disgruntled mailman prior to taking a look at this opportunity, and at 26 was blessed to walk away from that after 9 months in the company, and at 27 earned a six-figure income, and by 30 had earned my first million. And the lifestyle has been incredible, being the only father on field trips with my daughter, just closed on my 4th house, and I tell you, it's just a business of a lifetime.
Since we came to Prepaid, we're now one of Prepaid charter millionaires. And we're kind of excited about that. It's done a lot for me and my family. I wouldn't be anywhere else. This is the only company I've worked for since right age of 21, I joined the Army. And then after I retired, I came here. So I haven't worked for anybody else.
Well, this is business of a lifetime because of the freedom that it gives you. It gives you a chance to take back control of your life. You know, things that most people don't have. And the greatest gift that you can give someone is not only the business of a lifetime, but freedom.
I started my working career off as a janitor. You know, I was making about $20,000 a year, struggling paycheck to paycheck. Got involved in this company, and by my 3rd year, I had earned over $116,000. The following year, it had jumped to over $224,000, and what used to be a good year has now become, you know, a great month for me inside of Prepaid Legal.
I am the 2nd generation of my family now to say that we're millionaires with Prepaid Legal. You know, my background, I was making $35,000 a year as a state trooper. I would never get there. I couldn't work long enough, I don't think, to become a millionaire. With Prepaid in just a little over 7 years, we are millionaires, and we're very excited about it.
Prior to being involved with Prepaid Legal, I was a disgruntled mailman for about 5 years, but 9 months into this company, I was blessed to walk away from the post office at the age of 26. By 27, I earned a six-figure income. At 30, became a millionaire with the company, and life has just been good, being the only father on field trips with my 5-year-old daughter, and just closing my 4th house by the age of 31. So thank God for this business, and it's definitely a business of a lifetime.
I was a special education teacher for 11 years, and I had to drop my kids off at daycare or juggle Tony's schedule so that he could take care of the kids. Had to leave them with someone else when they were ill. And Prepaid Legal has given me the opportunity to be home with my kids, be home when they get home from school, take them where they need to be, go on field trips with them. It's just, I like being able to control my life and not have someone else say, you have a half hour for lunch and you have to be here at 7 every day and you can't leave the building until 4 every day. I like to be able to get up when I want and take care of my kids and be with my kids when I want to be with them.
Prepaid legal is a business of a lifetime to us just because of the financial freedom and the time freedom that we actually get from doing this business. I mean, we have the ability to choose what we want to do, when we want to do it, with who we want to do it with, for as long as we want to do it, how much money we want to spend. I mean, it's just the ability to choose and have freedom. That's the reason why we just love this business. So it is definitely the business of a lifetime for us.
I got involved with prepaid legal because I was working in a machine shop and I was cleaning floors for about $9 an hour, changing propane on a fork truck, and I was looking for something different. And quite frankly, I didn't think it was prepaid legal when I first saw it, but I met some amazing people who were willing to help me and taught me some business principles I had no idea even existed. And with that association, with the knowledge, made a lot of sense, got started, and very, very part-time, within a year and a half, was able to make twice as much money with prepaid legal services than I was when I was working full-time on my job.
We began our business on a part-time basis, and it was amazing. At the end of our first calendar year, we'd actually made twice as much money working part-time at prepaid legal as we did full-time selling shoes. So we were able to go full-time the next year, and this is all we've done now for the last 5 years.
I'm a college dropout, no experience in the industry, had no clue what I was doing when I got started. And to be able to have success, if I can do it, anyone can do it, and I think that's what makes it great. Something that everybody needs, everybody can afford, and I can do it. I've got brothers that are doctors, and even they can do it.
Our situation was a pretty critical situation. I was making about $400 a week at the time, working about 14 hours a day, and we had 5 children at the time. And so it was a critical situation, so we basically got involved with prepaid legal to create more cash flow.
All of our life, we've been married over 30 years now, and we've been, our goal was to set up a business in every single state in the United States and virtually every city in the United States, and we just weren't getting it done. We were doing pretty well, but not getting it done. And we've really accomplished more in the last 60 months than I accomplished in the first 60 years of my life. We now have businesses in virtually every state in the United States and every province of Canada where we're open, and almost every city in some states. So it's really accomplished a lifetime dream that we'd have probably never been able to get done going the conventional way. And prepaid legal just made that dream come true for our family.
Before prepaid, I actually owned a landscape business, and so I was out there mowing lawns and doing what I needed to do to earn a paycheck. And I was looking for a lot of different opportunities, and I looked at a lot of franchises. I looked into the insurance industry, real estate, and just nothing really captured my fancy. And when I saw prepaid legal, the business model was just something that was absolutely incredible, and realized that it could really truly provide a leveraged income and a residual income for the long haul. And I was just excited about it. So, going from a landscaper to a multiple 6-figure income earner for 10 years running every year, I mean, that's pretty incredible to be able to accomplish that. So, if I can do it, anybody can do it. You just have to put the time in and be willing to, fight for your dreams.
Prepaid legal truly is the business of a lifetime as far as I'm concerned. I've seen a lot of opportunities out there, but I haven't seen anything that gives you everything that you could possibly ask for.
My business has now matured to a level that my income today is a purely residual income, and that income's over $100,000 a year.
A couple of years ago, I was able to receive my $100,000 ring, and this year was able to receive over $250,000 in the business as a single parent. I have 3 boys, Carter, Drew, and Nolan, 11, 9, and almost 8 years old. And to be able to do that working 25 hours a week from the privacy of my own home as a single parent in Southern California, only the lifestyle and the freedom that this business provides allows me to do that.
I was in the Army for 20 years, and then right after I retired, I went looking for something to do. The job market wasn't very good at the time, and a good friend of mine called me and told me about prepaid legal, and I said, gosh, that sounds great to me, so I got involved. And here I am, 21 years later. I'm still here, and I'm in Prepaid Millionaires Club. It's done a lot for me and my family. We bought 3 homes because of this company, and I like to say Prepaid bought me 3 houses. And we're kind of excited, but we're looking forward to the future.
It's changed our lives. I mean, now, starting out as college students, and we're now able to be, stay-at-home parents, and it's given me the opportunity to, stay home and raise my own kids, and it's just been a complete blessing in our lives. And I just see so many other parents out there that I wish they had this opportunity because it could change their lives too.
Yeah. You know, all I want to do is make a little money, you know. Thank you, all of you. I want to bring the house lights up a little bit because I want to see all of you. That's right. All of you are so very important in our lives and so very important today in being here. And I just want to take a little bit today and close it out and really kind of give you some I hope some inspiring information to all of you, and maybe a couple little nuggets that could change your way of doing business and help each and every one of you. And as Beverly and I talked to you last night a little bit, I was kind of just thinking a little bit this morning. Beverly had to go back because we have a little bit of an illness in the family, but we're just thinking about what she said last night. For those of you who are here, talking about our little hometown and how we grew up in the little town of Mogador, Ohio, a little place, little village, little cute little place. Her father was a bond bread truck driver, and my dad worked in the rubber shops in Ohio. And I thought about that for a second, and she talked about the fact that how we pinched each other, over the years now, and have seen where we've, grown in the world of prepaid legal, and how we got started. And I got to thinking about that start just for a second, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that today because, the bottom line is simply the fact is that wherever you're starting today in life is where you were supposed to start. And sometimes we don't really realize that. Sometimes we hear the stories of people, they come out here and they talk about the fact that they didn't come from wealthy families, they came from poverty, and we heard great speeches today in regards to people that unfortunately were involved in situations that they probably would have not liked to have been involved with in the growing up, in situations that were pretty tough and a lot of unfortunate obstacles were put in their way. But you see, somewhere along the way, ladies and gentlemen, all of us were supposed to be there. We were supposed to start at that place. There was a reason that we had to start there. Now, all of you way up there in the balcony today, on this day, let me just tell you, on this day of the 13th of September in the year 2006, you're supposed to be where you're at right now. Now, it's a long view from where you're at, but that doesn't mean that's where you're supposed to be. But you were here because you were supposed to start there. But ladies and gentlemen, the problem with most people in life, and the most important thing that you're going to learn in this whole weekend here today, is not where you start, but where you end up in the journey along the way. And how important that journey can be to each and every one of you, and how many obstacles are going to be set in your way will make the difference between you becoming successful and not successful in the world of prepaid legal. Some of those obstacles can include, issues with families. It could be a lot of different things that come along the way. Somebody said, well, I had a job that, they closed up the doors, and then I was let go after 20 years. Good for you. Good for you. Because, ladies and gentlemen, see, that was supposed to happen. That was part of the growing process that you were supposed to experience in order to become better. In order to get to the point where you're at today. Somewhere along that way, that journey had to happen to get you where you're at today in this great auditorium at the MGM Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the world of prepaid legal. You came this journey this long way to be here today. Now, some people did not make that journey. Some people have not made that journey because along the way, the obstacles took them away. The obstacles basically stopped them. And they lost their dreams, and they lost their faith in themselves, and all the different things that basically really cripple people up of not succeeding. Because, see, we all had a guiding light from the very beginning, and it will continue with us as long as we live, and it'll be on way after this. But somewhere along the way, you have got to be tested. And the tests that you've experienced up to this point are good for you. The discouragements that you're going to go through in the world of prepaid legal are going to be great. Things are important, and they got to happen. Because if it didn't happen, you would not know what the good things are. You would not understand what the great things were about to take place. You would not understand that this stage is a mission, is a venture, is a journey to get here to be where you want to be financially in life. But you've got to experience those obstacles. It's got to happen. So the start that you've experienced from whatever day, I don't want to hear about the complaints because I see people come up here last night and got awards and were in wheelchairs. I saw people that basically have been crippled all their lives that could maybe they can't walk, but their heart runs. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the reason they're successful in life today. You see, the most important thing that you've got to understand, now don't applaud yet because there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of important message that you got to get, because once you get it, it's over. Once you get it, it's done. Once you get it, you're on your way. No matter what in the world can come in your way, you will not ever be able to stop the journey. It will not happen. But somewhere along the way, you've got to develop the right habits. You've got to have some different habits in your life. You've got to have habits that are going to change your thinking and change the way that you do things. You've got to have the commitment factors that go along with it. Understanding the training and the obstacles that you'll experience are all part of it. We experienced all that. In the world of prepaid legal, when we got started, you know, everybody says, well, I wish I'd have got in when you got in. I don't think that's the truth. I don't think that's anybody would want to got in when I got in. There wasn't a meeting anywhere in the United States that I could find. There wasn't a tape or video I could hand to anybody. You know, I mean, I had a 5-title brochure that really hasn't changed much other than the fact that we could afford better paper and nice color today. It was simply not, was just simply a what? Just a trifold that you folded out. But what really was the most important part of the beginning of Beverly and Dave and everybody that's in this room today, because this is your start, this is your beginning, whether you like it or not, this is it. The bottom line is simply the fact is we believed in what we were doing. We believed very, very sincerely that what was about to take place in this great country of ours and other parts of the world today, that this product and this service that we had to offer was going to be something that everybody needed. Because you know what? No matter how you look at it, no matter how you want to analyze it, this thing is good. It's good. You know, and you know, it's just part of it. When you look at Mr. Stonecipher and Mrs. Stonecipher, all you have to look at them and say, you know, sure, they came from the sharecroppers. They were sharecroppers. Well, that's where they were supposed to be. That's where they were supposed to start. They were supposed to go through the struggles in life to get to the point, to get you and I to this level of opportunity. They could have quit 1,000,000 times ago. They could have quit 1,000 times ago. Whatever. They could have just gave it all up. But they weren't willing to do that. They weren't willing to do that because, again, the most important part of this journey is the sticking power that you have and the ability to hang in there when all the obstacles come in your way. Did we have obstacles? Sure, we had obstacles. I would go to meetings. I didn't even know how to do the meeting when I first got started because the guy who sponsored me just said good luck and left town. He did. He said, go get him, Dave. Go get him. Well, I felt that's what I needed to do. That I felt that I had arrived at an opportunity that I needed to go get it. So I went and did my first meeting. I put little 3x5 cards up on the board because I didn't really understand it completely. And the first night they fell down and I had the entire thing mixed up. Eddie Morgan, one of the first people I sponsored in the world of prepaid legal, who heads up our CDL program, he got in because he felt sorry for me. He felt sorry. I made so many mistakes on the mathematics, he just said, Dave, sit down and let me correct this for you. And I said, Eddie, you're a lot brighter than me, you better get in. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I made the mistakes. People will go, I looked at your prospectus and your company's in debt. I said, that's right. I said, how about you? And they go, well, I'm in debt. And I said, well, sit your ass down because the bottom line, simply the fact is here today that if you're in debt, we're in debt, let's work together and get out of debt. What do you say, huh? How about a team here? You see, you got to have the right attitude. I never believed in obstacles. I believed in the future. I believed in where we were going. I believe in it with all my heart to this very day. That's why when you hear me speak, I don't write speeches. I've got a great writer. I ask him when I get up on the stage, give me anything. Give me something. When you hear Mr. Stonecipher speak tonight, you'll say, oh, he wrote such a beautiful speech. He didn't write that. He may have wrote it, but he had a higher power that helped him along the way. And I'm telling you right now, that's important to all of us in this room here today. You got to grab some strength, but you got to most importantly understand the obstacles you're going to experience. And if you don't experience it, what good really is this? If you don't go through the trials and tribulations of somebody saying no and a relative that says I'm not going to get in, what good would it be? What good would it be if you're always being tested? Somebody said, well, Dave, what happens when I run into the walls? I said, it's like a snowstorm in Minnesota. When the snow gets so deep and your plow gets stuck, drop another gear, baby, and floor that sucker because you'll get through it. That's what it takes to do. But if you're backing up, it's okay if you back up for a minute, but you back up long enough to put that sucker back in drive and floor it and hit that drift at 80 miles an hour, something's going to move. Something is going to move. And a lot of you today at this meeting, you got to start moving, because right now, at this very moment, whether you like it or not, you just arrived at the no excuse zone. There are no more excuses in this room. Ain't no excuses. We were not designed for excuses. If God wants you to go backwards, He'd have reversed your feet. And that's exactly, I've been telling that and preaching that for years across this country. If you ever look down and see your heels, you're in trouble, baby. You better get going the other way. We are designed for forward, not for reverse. The only thing back there is to relieve things. That's right. Thank you, Lord. I just needed one of them. I just want to get you today and understand what it takes to go through the snowstorms. I want you to know what it takes to go through the storms of life. And you're going to experience some of them, and they're good for you. They're the important things that make you grow. The unfortunate part about it is, unfortunately, people get what? They get crippled and buried along the way, because the fact is they're not willing to go a little farther. They let one little mealy mouse maggot of mother-in-law mess up their whole money process. Are you with me? They go to one relative that basically does what? Says something, this won't work, and they give it up and quit. Well, let me just tell you something. You're going to be tested all along the road of life. You're going to be tested every single day. The companies you're with right now may not be here, and that's going to be good. And when you get fired, you walk out of there and say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. I appreciate that, because you have gotten me ready for something bigger. And ladies and gentlemen, prepaid legal is where it is. This is what is big, and yet we have just begun. Man, take the gloves off. Let's get into a street fight in this deal. I want a street fight. That's the kind of fight you got to get in. You want to screw with my business? Well, get it on, baby. I'm ready to go right now. It's time to fight. It's time to go. We're on the road. Look what we got. Look where we're going. Look what we have done. Look what you have begun. You're part of the journey. You're part of the venture. You're part of what's going to change the world today. I can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you to death. I've been glad God's given me the opportunity to travel around America and speak to all of you in the cracks and crevices of this beautiful country. And maybe someday other parts of the world will let me go. But I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I'm 58 years old. I'm wired tight, baby. I'm not only wired tight, I'm ready to go. I'm cranking. Get ready, all you young guys. I want you to chase the rabbit. He's running right now. Let's go.